So many people get this question wrong, and it's almost funny. The errors are almost funny in this case. So how can we prevent them? Well, as always, we need to make sure we follow the QLC method. And the point of this is to keep us organized, to keep us moving in the right order so that we don't let bias kind of creep in here and affect our answers and make us fall for traps. So we know what the word turn means. We use that word all the time. That is not an unusual word to us. But they're not asking for the definition of turn. They're asking for the definition of turn in this particular case. So if we're not using the context to answer this, that's a big red flag. And so we don't even want to look at these answer choices. We want to ignore them, kind of block them out, and try your best to use the context of the sentence to understand what they're saying. So let's just go from the question to the line reference, okay? What are they saying? Lady Carlotta stepped out on the platform of the small wayside station and took a turn or two up and down its uninteresting length to kill time until the train should be pleased to proceed on its way. The next sentence doesn't really help, so I'm going to ignore it, but you could always read it. So what we want to do ideally is come up with our own guess for what the word turn means here without looking at the choices. So it's hard. She stepped out onto the platform of the small wayside station and took a blank or two up and down its uninteresting length to kill time till the train should be pleased to proceed on its way. So up and down the length of the platform. So she took a walk or two, a stroll or two, like she's just walking up and down the thing. And then the answer is obvious. It's C, and that's the answer because she's walking up and down it. So the what people pick here is something like change in rotation, which is what we normally think of as a turn, right? Or slight movement, people pick that too. But if you have a guess of what you like, if you have a guess before you look at the choices, you're much less likely to be biased because the only thing you have to go on is the sentence. If you don't get that initial guess, and then you go to the choices and start analyzing them and thinking, well, this could be the definition, then you better plug that back in and test it in the original sentence and make sure it makes sense. Because it doesn't make sense to say that Lady Carlotta took a change in rotation or two up and down its uninteresting length. What does that even mean? She's taking a change in rotation? Have you ever heard that phrase before, that usage? I've never in English heard that before. So that is not a good sign, right? Because this is a definition. It's supposed to make sense. So hopefully you learned your lesson on this question. It's funny because just picturing this woman spinning around in circles on this train platform, I don't know. To me, that's kind of funny, and that's why I didn't get this wrong, is it's just so ridiculous that there's only one answer choice that makes sense. She's going up and down the platform, just pacing, basically. Good question to start us off for this passage. And this is a hard passage, but this is just a funny way to get started.